My lovely wife seems to think that I spoke out of turn when I brought up your success in front of those young ladies.
My husband got a big mouth to go with all them big words.
I keep working family separate.
Wise man. Family business is the very definition of oxymoron.
More big words.
We wanna fuck with you. We on that nickel and dime shit right now. But together, we can make real money.
What our esteemed colleague Ronnie is trying to say is that he's very impressed with what you've accomplished. He's interested in partnering with you in a trade that is going to be a lot more lucrative than that in which you are currently engaged.
If we talking about different work, shit that's got a higher upside, it's easier to move. The Snaps and me, we don't deal with the day-to-day. We just put some money up.
But we do want to safeguard our investment, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, all I got is niggas on bikes. Y'all can go get that shit yourselves, easy. You already up and running.
Why build what is already built?
Good evening, both of you. My name is Najir Chambers of Big Gold Belt Media, and it's a pleasure to talk to you about season 3 of Raising Kanan. But first off, how are you two doing today?
Doing good, Najir. Pleasure meeting you, sir.
Pleasure to meet you both. Absolutely, absolutely. Wendell, let's get right to it. So looking ahead here at episode 6, Into the Darkness, when Snaps and Pop meet Kanan, forget your introduction. When you give your introduction for Pop, I have to ask you, my guy, with a legendary career and all the talent I know you have, did you improv these lines? And did you sort of just channel your emotions for Erika in doing so?
No, the lines were written. The lines were written, and you know, it's a man who loves his lady, and you know, and I know how powerful she is, and what she what we built together. Yeah. So it was really it was written, so it was easy to play. It was easy to play.
I was imagining. I bet you Nina was like, "Okay, Wendell, so here we go. This scene is blank," and you're like, "Oh yeah, I'll take care of this. I had no problem."
Yeah, it shows the brilliance of the writing.
Yeah, absolutely. All the Power Universe has just a phenomenal staff of writers, and I'm glad that the writer's strike was able to get that resolved and get actors and writers the due diligence they deserve. I've been very excited for your two appearances on the show. Obviously, we got the small introduction in episode 4, but this episode 6, really got into it, really answer some questions a lot of the fans had, but also establish a lot of principle about these two characters. The first thing I want to talk about, jumping a little bit ahead here, is the picture at the end. Now, we all know about those iconic group pictures with some of the top gangsters and families and so on, and inviting Kanan into the picture, I thought certified him for sure. But my question for you two is, what does it mean for Snaps and Pop to be up front amongst all the other names that were listed there? Prince Ron, Tony XL, Black Noise. What did it mean for Snaps and Pops to be up front in that picture?
I think it establishes the hierarchy without establishing it too much. I mean, for me, that was a scene that I didn't want to be in the picture, because I'm like, I don't think Pop would want her picture out there and this and that, but this is the players' ball. So she obviously felt very comfortable. So there's a degree of familiarity in the room. And I think with that picture, she may take one picture a year, but that's the one picture that she's holding court, and they're the king and the queen. So that was very big for me as an actor. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go with this. And pulling Kanan in, for me, I think that's a little bit of, okay, we're your parents now. Like, we don't have children. It's a little bit of maternal, paternal type vibe, but it's also a little bit of a slap in the face to Rock. And I think it just sets up it's just such brilliant writing. And I think it sets up what's to come.
Yeah. Anything want to add on that, Wendell?
And yeah, what I loved about that moment is we're holding court. You know, there's something that is innate in people that no matter what their background, where culturally, where they're from, their ethnicity, all around the world, there's no difference than holding court in Buckingham Palace than in that club, you know, when cats from the South Side and all over are saying, hey, we have established something, we have created something, and we're going to pay homage to what we have created, and we're going to document it. And we are so bold enough to document it because we are secure in what we've created. And that hierarchy is, although symbolic, it can be meaningful. And we show that by asking him to join the picture. We're going to include you in this. And that gives humanity to what people assume is just some casual, colloquial Polaroid in a club, right? Actually knowing that they're on the other side of the law, that they're probably going to have to be clandestine every other time in their life. This time I want to mark my passing on the road, like August Wilson say, and write it on the tree. I was here. So that's what that pose is about. We are here. I'm establishing who we are. And I'm being so bold to put it out there publicly, even though it may be detrimental to what we're doing. And that is a moment that we're saying, if you're going to go here, be all in, young blood, be all in. Join us in this picture, right? And so we're establishing ourselves. And the thing about Snaps and Pops, with all the Power universe, you have these two characters, just two characters, with a multitude of opportunities of what they possibly could do. And that's the thing about the universe that keeps everyone in. What can happen next?
Yeah, agreed.
That's what that poem's about.
Agreed. I want to sneak in this last question really quick. A lot of the fans was curious about Snaps and Pops' response to Michael Myers, aka Ronnie, because everybody else has this very like offhand kind of reserve, you know, very questionable about him. And you all kind of came in pretty warm, a little bit of comedy added to it, but the familiarity, which we obviously know that he was running shop with you all back in the day by this episode. What was sort of you two's approach to that, knowing that you were going to be the first two characters that were not going to come at him the same traditional way all the other characters had?
I have a couple.
I wanted to make
that worked out easy. I'm sorry. It was just easy for me. I grew up in a all predominantly male family. I have uncles that are like him, so I have no fear. So it was super easy. Yeah, super easy. Vietnam vets who I love, but it was super easy. I looked in the humanity of Ronnie. Again, with Pop, I think and Snaps were very maternal, very paternal. So we're not scared of you. We feel sorry for you. And we have you by the balls because you need us. And I just kept playing on that. The scarier and scarier he got, I'm just like, but we have you by the balls. We know you. Sorry.
And for Snaps, I wouldn't have made it to where I am right now if I didn't have the ability to deal with some homicidal, crazy people like Ronnie. So you don't scare me because people have underestimated Snaps, right? Because what I really want to say is you don't want this smoke. You don't want this smoke. And that's the thing about Snaps and Pops, right? You don't want this smoke. You may see us as the genial, lovable OG character. Yeah, have a drink with us, sit down. Let me make you a little something to eat. We'll take care of you. But let me tell you something. You don't want this smoke. You don't want it.
You don't get to own a restaurant and bar in New York in the 90s without having a little bit of a background.
Well, you two, thank you so much for your time. I should have known you two were method acting at the premiere. Y'all had your own section over there, closed off. And I was like, where have I seen this before in this episode?
My feet hurt. It was all about my shoes. I'm sorry. My feet hurt.
Indeed.
That's hilarious.
But nonetheless, we're doing, Erika. Thank you so much for your time
Thank
today.
you. Happy
Absolutely.
Thank you,
New Year.
Najee.
Have a good
Happy New
one.
Year. Yep. Take care.
Ridiculous.